It's been a wild year, but we finally made it back to Hot Springs as it's the 6A Girls State Championship game between Fort Smith Northside and Fayetteville. However, I'm RJ Hawk along with Bobby Swafford. And Bobby, I tell you what, it's been kind of a crazy time since the last time we saw each other here in Hot Springs. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what, this is a really much anticipated game just because of the simple fact of all the talent that's on the court right now. You look on the Fort Smith Northside team, Jersey Wolfenbarger, that's kind of the highlight of this one because she's really, she's the most talked about women in all of college going into college basketball this year.
Yeah, it really is. Jersey Wolfenbarger is one of the best players in the entire country. You're talking about a McDonald's All-American, a Naismith All-American, a finalist for the Naismith Player of the Year award. I mean, it's another player in a line of tradition-rich program there at Northside, and she's got a chance to cap her career with a second state championship.
And then you look over at Fayetteville, and it's Caroline Lyles, who is a do-it-all basketball player for this Fayetteville team, scoring just lights out right now, almost 20 points a game, and she's just fun to watch for Fayetteville.
Yeah, sure really is. You're talking about 16.6 points per game, also leads them in rebounding, but she's just one of the key cogs. She didn't play very well against Conway in that semifinal matchup. Fayetteville was able to get a big game out of Winter Beck because of that, but Fayetteville's going to need a big game from Lyles, a big game from Beck, but also a big game from their point guard, Claudia Bridges.
You know, going back to Northside, I look at what they did against North Little Rock in the semifinal round. 53-46 was the final score, but really somebody that stepped up in that game was Yanni Relaford, who in that game had 16 points, 13 boards. You think so much about Wolfenbarger, about what she does, but Relaford stepped up in that game.
Yeah, Northside's always going to have those role players who step up and play well. Northside led that contest 27-7 and saw North Little Rock come all the way back to finish it. Relaford helped build that big lead with those closing minutes when Northside outscored North Little Rock by 7-0 in the last 3 minutes. It was number 4, Jersey Wolfenbarger.
Well, we've got a good one here at Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs. It's Northside versus Fayetteville. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on the Arkansas PBS Sports.
At Arkansas PBS, the value we provide our business sponsors is a powerful blend of community engagement, corporate philanthropy, and cause marketing. The PBS audience is loyal and selective, and our viewers choose businesses that support the station they love. A thriving public media station is an essential part of any healthy community, and sponsorship is a solid investment for you and your business. Join us in sponsorship and signal your values on Arkansas PBS.
You know, I think sports are really big to a lot of people, and because it's an important part of our fabric in our community. And the one good thing about what I've seen is it's high quality production. You know, you think of the small communities all over Arkansas, it's a big deal that they can turn on the TV or DVR or whatever and know they're going to get a quality product. And so I think it just expands the focus of what PBS is doing. You know, Arkansas PBS is doing a great job, and I think it's part of education.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Back here at Bank OZK Arena, RJ Hawk with Bobby Swafford as we get you set for today's 6A Girls State title game between Northside and Fayetteville. And let's go ahead and give you those starting lineups for both teams. We will first start with the Northside Lady Bears, who came into this game one of the hottest teams in the state of Arkansas. They were a preseason ranked number 2, and their lineup looks like this. They'll have senior guard Jalen Ford, junior guard Cassidy War, junior forward Yanni Relaford, senior forward Tracy Bershers, and senior guard Jersey Wolfenbarger. And for Fayetteville, who comes in with a record of 19-6 on the season, and they were ranked number 5 in the preseason. They had to go through Little Rock Central and Conway to get here, and their lineup looks like this. You've got senior guard Ariana Sete, senior point guard Claudia Bridges, junior guard Lauren Lindsay, sophomore guard Winter Beck, and junior guard Caroline Lyles for the Fayetteville girls, who I said was 19-6 on the year. For Northside, they were 25-2, Bobby. That's a pretty good feat, only losing 2 games on the season.
Yeah, and one of those losses was to a team who's playing in the state championship coming up this weekend in Melbourne. They have 1 loss, though, since the month of November. And so that's how good this Northside team has been. Tracy Brashear signed to play at Oklahoma State. Obviously, Wolfenbarger signed to play for the Razorbacks. They got a lot of big-time talent, and they're going to see if they can cap it off with one more performance to get another state championship. Would be number 8 for head coach Ricky Smith at Northside.
Well, you know, one thing that is a little bit different, and I know there's been a lot different over the course of the last year, is the crowd sizes here at Banco ZK Arena. Normally for a 6A championship game, whether it be girls, boys, whatever, you've got a capacity crowd. Because of COVID, they've upped it to 50%, but only 3,000 people are allowed in the arena for this one.
And it looks like Northside brought their entire high school with them, though, so they've got the big crowd advantage. If you can see behind the buckets on Northside's end of the floor, that entire section almost completely full, and you can hear it when the starting lineup was announced, and Northside's got a big home court advantage, even though we're really nowhere near Fort Smith.
Well, we're just about set and ready to go here in the Class 6A title game between Fayetteville and Northside. As we said, Northside 13-1 on the season in Class 6A Central. For Fayetteville, they finished 12-1. Fayetteville, they had to beat Little Rock Central. They had to beat Conway to get here. That Conway game was a barn burner of a ball game, 57-56 against a very good Conway team.
Yeah, Winter Beck hit a shot with about 2 seconds left in overtime. She scored every point in the last 3 minutes of regulation, and in overtime did Winter Beck for Fayetteville. That's a game in which they trailed by 9 in the first quarter, and then again 11 in the third quarter did Fayetteville against Conway, but found a way to get it done, and RJ, we're underway.
Jersey Wolfenbarger, she was able to get the tip, and Northside's going to control it first in this Class 6A girls title game as they swing it left side. They're going to try to keep it around the perimeter and now go top of the key over to War. They work it back left side to Brashear. She puts it up, no good from 3, but an offensive rebound and a foul. It's going to count as Relaford is going to head to the line to shoot 1.
That's the one thing that I think that's going to be the biggest storyline in this contest. How does Fayetteville handle the size of Northside? Because offensive rebound number 1 is Relaford converts the three-point play. Wolfenbarger 6'6", Brashear 6'2", the other 2 forwards at 5'11". That's the tallest player for Fayetteville.
Here comes Fayetteville as Sete's got it. She'll work it left side, now back to Lindsay. Into the lane, goes back, and she puts it off. It rolls off the back of the iron, no good. And Northside with the rebound. Boy, one thing I noticed about Northside, they've got size compared to this Fayetteville team, but Fayetteville seems to be a little bit quicker.
They do, and that's going to be the key for Fayette. We saw that on that first offensive possession. Can they get to the rim? Can Winter Beck, Ariana Seta get to the buckets? Because that's going to be key for them to be able to get those shots. They can knock down threes, but they're going to have to find a way to get to the rim to cause this Northside defense to collapse. And, of course, that's going to open up the three-point line as we've got a shot clock issue, which is the first year there's been a shot clock at the largest level in Arkansas.
Yeah, and after this year, starting next year, we will have a shot clock for all classifications. As Fayetteville brings it in the front court as Claudia Bridges jacks one up from 3, no good. Rebound is taken that time by War.
That's a shot that Bridges can hit, though. I mean, that's one of those. She's going to North Alabama, a conference that UCA is going to be playing in coming soon. So Central Arkansas fans are going to see her. She's got it in limited range.
Wolfenbarger's got it on the left side. Down to 17 on the shot clock. Here's Relaford. Working it back down. Over the top side, they kick it out over right side to Relaford.
Just 5 to shoot.
Down to 2. Working it back. She puts up the shot. Shot clock violation. And that's something, Bobby, that they've played with the shot clock all year long. But, you know, in these state championship games for the vast majority of basketball fans, they're not used to seeing that at the high school level.
Right, and they got to remember the shot clock's different position, different angle, different noise level as Northside forces the turnover.
Here comes Relaford with the basketball. Left side, puts it off the glass. It's good. It's 5-0. Northside leads Fayetteville.
Yeah, you mentioned at the top of the broadcast, RJ, as Northside gets another turnover, how big Relaford was in those the state tournament. She's already off to a hot start here.
Here's Wolfenbarger in the lane, puts up the shot, and she'll go up to shoot 2 after there was a blocking foul down low.
Fayetteville fell behind 9-0 against Conway in the 6A state semifinals, so falling behind is really not going to faze them. But how do they respond? Because, of course, you don't want to dig yourself in a big hole because momentum is an important thing, as we all know, here in the state finals.
First free throw's up and good. Boy, I tell you, the shot of Wolfenbarger is just pretty. She's got a great touch. I watched her during the warm-ups just shooting, 6-foot jumpers, and it was just effortless.
Yeah, she's not one that's really going to, wow you from distance, but 10 to 15 feet is really where she's dynamic. Has struggled at the free throw line this year, but she knows how to get there.
Now for Fayetteville, here's Bridges. Spin move in the lane, lost the handle on it, and Northside comes up with another turnover. With the basketball is War. Now takes it over to Brashears, left side, now back top of the key. She'll pull up for 3 right there. It's off the front of the iron, no good. That was missed by Relaford. And here comes Fayetteville, working quickly. Bounce pass in the lane, off the glass, it's good.
It's a big bucket by Seda. Gets Fayetteville on the board, and she was able to light up Conway. Had a game-high 17 in that contest, mainly because of possessions like that. Get to the paint, able to diamond dish.
Ariana Seta, the senior, was able to get the first points for Fayetteville, as here's a three-pointer by Northside, and it's Brashears knocking it down from the top of the key, and Northside has a 9-2 lead here in the first quarter with 5:05 to play in the 6A Girls State Championship game. One thing really impressive so far, outside of the scoring for Northside, is the ability to cause a turnover. They've done that really well here in the first quarter.
Northside has always been one of those programs that press and go up tempo. They haven't been that much into putting pressure on other teams, but so far here in this first half against Fayetteville, they haven't had to. Already forced 3 turnovers and getting points off the other end, and that last possession is a prime example of why Northside's so dangerous. You see Brashears at 6'2", and Wolfenbarger at 6'6". They got range. They can knock down the triple, so that they're not just post players, and that makes life a nightmare for Vic Rimmer and company for Fayetteville. Don't forget, you can support your team and join the basketball conversation on social media. Just use the hashtag ARPBS Sports.
Here comes Fayetteville as Seta's got it, and it's taken away again.
Relaford's having herself a big first quarter.
She had a big game against North Little Rock in the semifinals, looking to have another one here as Wolfenbarger's got it top of the key. Works the lane, puts up the shots, no good, and the rebound's taken down by Winter Beck for Fayetteville. Beck's thinking about the 3, pulled it back down, now just working around the perimeter. Here comes Seta. Back over to Beck for 3, in and out, no good. Rebounds pulled back in by Fayetteville, and they'll reset the shot clock. Now we've got a blocking foul down low. They're going to call that on Cassidy War. And that's
a
her
big
first
offensive rebound
foul
for Fayetteville. Sorry, RJ. They've got to be able to find a way to get to the glass and get some second chance opportunities.
Inbound pass comes out this time to Lyles. Lyles spin move with the left hand, no good, and the rebound's pulled in by Brashears.
That's really good defense there by Wolfenbarger to force the awkward shot from Lyles, and Northside's got a chance to add to their 7-point lead.
Now here's the 3 by Brashears, no good off the left side. Rebound's taken in by Fayetteville. Working left side, goes Bridges for 3, it's no good, and it's pulled in that time by War.
That's a look that she wants, though. She's wide open. Those are going to start to fall for the Fayetteville point guard.
Wolfenbarger, free throw line, works it back left side, out to Ford. Ford gives it back right side to Relaford. In the lane, puts it up, no good, too hard off the glass. And Wolfenbarger thought she had a handle on it, but here comes Fayetteville. Bridges pulls up from 8, knocks it down, And Fayetteville draws within 5 with 3:15 to play here in the first quarter.
Nice job by Claudia Bridges to recognize the 2-on-1 fast break. The defense sagged off. She knocks down the 13-footer.
Works it right side out to Wolfenbarger. Lost the handle on it, puts up the shot though, and it's no good. Now here comes Fayetteville. Fayetteville using their quickness right now against Northside in the lane. It's off the front of the iron, no good by Seta. And so Northside with 2:45 and counting here in the first quarter will have the basketball. Off to Ward, top of the key. And we've got a whistle and a foul. The foul's going to be against Ariana Seta. And that's going to be our first media timeout here in the Class 6A Girls Title game. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Arkansas Citizens Access Network gives you a front row seat to your state government. Live stream board and commission meetings, press conferences, legislative proceedings, and more. Events are also archived for 30 days. Receive updates right on your phone by texting ARCAN to 313131. Be informed and get involved at myarkansaspbs.org/ARCAN.
9-4 is our score in the Class 6A Girls State Championship game. Northside on top. And when you look through that first media timeout, Bobby, the leading scorer for Northside right now is Relaford with 5 points. And Seta and Bridges both have 2 for Fayetteville.
Yep, slow start for Jersey Wolfenbarger, the All-American, but she kind of made a knack of that in the state tournament, but she knows when to turn it on.
Here's Wolfenbarger for 3. It's no good off the side of the iron as Beck comes down with it. Now she'll get it cross court. Back over, out to Byers. Byers with the basketball over to Beck. She put up a shot, it's no good. It hit underneath the rim, but an offensive rebound that was stolen away by Seta, and she puts it up. We've got a 3-point game.
Nice job by Seta, the right place at the right time. Puts it off the glass, and she's got 4.
Wolfenbarger just gives it off to Ford. Back tap the key, they go to Relaford.
Old habit for Northside to be in the state championship game, the 12th appearance under Coach Ricky Smith.
Ball's loose, and they're going to say the ball's going to stay with Northside after there was a scrum on the floor. Yeah, Bobby, to your point, Northside, they're no stranger to this game. Ricky Smith has done an outstanding job since he's been the Northside coach.
Yeah, you go back all the way to the late 90s, and Northside's been one of the best girls basketball programs in this part of the country, let alone the state, as Bashirs knocks down a triple.
How about that, Bobby? She just stopped and popped right there off the pass. And it's 12-6 with 1:37 and counting here in the first quarter. They work it into the paint as Lyles has got it, puts up the shot. It's no good.
But, you know, Fayetteville and Coach Vic Rimmer, he's no stranger to the title game either. He's got 5 championships. He's won 3 at Fayetteville, 2 at Shiloh Christian.
Here's Wolfenbarger underneath the basket, puts up the shot. We've got a timeout on the floor. Going to be charged to Fayetteville. You know, one thing you were talking about, Bobby, is slow starts for really high character, high motor people, and Wolfenbarger's one of those people we've seen in years past. Think back to like Malik Monk, who was just an all-around great athlete in the state of Arkansas. Did not have a great state championship game. Wolfenbarger, that's only her 3rd point in this ball game.
Yeah, and she's one of those players that if shots aren't falling, she's not going to force it. She's got an Oklahoma State commit on her roster. She's got 2 really good players in Relaford and in War who could probably play college basketball somewhere else. So she knows if, hey, things aren't working for me right now, give it up, let my teammates do the work, because eventually Wolfenbarger's going to take over a game.
One thing that we need to talk about that really, between Relaford and Wolfenbarger, Brashears, and the smooth shot she's got from the outside, she's got 6 points right now.
Yeah, Oklahoma State's getting a 6'2" post player, and I'm using air quotes there, with some range.
And here's a three-point attempt by Fayetteville, and knocking it down was Bridges.
That's a big answer three-pointer for Fayetteville. I said those shots are going to eventually start to fall for Bridges. That's a good look, and maybe now that Fayetteville's seen one go in from distance, they're all going to start to go.
Here's Relaford with the basketball, gives it back over to Brashears. Left side, thought about a shot, kicked it back out. There's a 12-footer that's no good. Fayetteville comes down with the rebound as Byers has it. Now back top of the key, over to Seta. She has it blocked, gets it back though, and is able to kick it at right side. Here's another three-point attempt, that time by Beck. And it's no good. Down to 20 seconds to play in the first quarter. Northside on top, 14-9.
Yeah, Northside's going to hold for the final attempt of this first quarter as the shot clock's been turned off.
Wolfenbarger, top the key, gonna pull up for three. Air balls in, it goes out of bounds with 3.5 seconds to play in the first quarter.
That's not really her game, RJ. She's more of an attack the basket 10 to 15 feet. That time she settles for the long three-pointer top of the key, and that was well short.
Here's Fayetteville, and loose ball, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. Northside, they lead Fayetteville 14-9. You're watching the Centennial State Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
the Cherokee Nation, our people, our culture, our history, our future. To learn more, go to visitcherokeenation.com and say hello to the Cherokee Nation.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
John's Honda, your hometown dealer for sales and service of Honda motorcycles, ATVs, Honda generators, and Honda lawnmowers. Family owned and operated since 1967, John's Honda offers factory certified technicians and experienced sales staff.
Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville share the mission of Arkansas PBS to enrich and empower all Arkansans. Community, dignity, respect. That's what Me Banking is all about. More at mebanking.com.
Is now a session.
Back here at Bank OZK Arena as Fayetteville starts the scoring to start the second quarter as they draw within three. Thanks for joining us, Bobby Swaffer. I'm RJ Hawk. This is the first game of 3 days of state championship basketball. Now, with the ball is Northside. They swing it top of the key over to Ford, back over to Wolfenbarger. Swings it left side to Ward for three. Off the back of the iron, no good, and we've got an offensive foul. That's going to be charged to Yanni Relaford.
Kind of an interesting call there. Coach Ricky Smith didn't like it. It looked like Relaford actually had inside position, but she was hit with the push. And that's a tough break for Northside, but a big break for Fayetteville as they could potentially tie the game with a triple.
So here's Fayetteville with the basketball. They go right side for three. It's off the side of the iron by Seta. And now here comes Northside. In the lane, working quickly, gets a nice roll, and that's Yanni Relaford.
It's amazing how quickly she can attack the basket, and she's got 7 points to lead the way for Northside.
Now here's Bridges. Cross-court pass. Fayetteville just trying to find some way to penetrate this Northside defense as Bridges is going to take it back top of the key, down to 15 on the shot clock. with the ball is Byers. She lost the handle on it, and it's going to be taken out by War. In the lane, it's going to be an offensive foul.
Yeah, Ward tried to do a little too much there. Great defense by Fayetteville. Cut her off and took the charge.
5-point game, 6:29 to play in the first half as Northside's on top. In the ball game for Fayetteville is Carly Johnson. Checking in for Northside is Asha Harris. Now with the basketball is Lyles in the lane, lost the handle on it. Saita's there to get it. Back over right side to Lyles for three. It's no good. Rebounds pulled in by Northside.
Yeah, that shots don't go down, but really impressive to see Fayetteville out-rebounding Northside already through a quarter and a third. 14-11 is the total on the glass.
Wolfenbarger on the right wing. Working it back down to Brashear. She puts up a spin move on the right side of the lane. It's no good. And pulled in by Fayetteville. Deep pass down court. And boy, that time Lyles was mauled as she took the pass, and she'll head to the baseline. She's not shooting yet, as that foul was on Jalen Ford, and Fayetteville have the basketball with 5:50 to play in the first half.
Not a bad foul there, RJ, to be quite honest. It was on the fast break. Prevents Fayetteville from getting an easy bucket and gives you a chance to get a stop defensively.
Inbound pass comes out top side to Lyles. Now back over to Bridges. Gives it off to Saita. Saita works it left corner. Here's a three-pointer by Lyles. It's no good, and pulled in that time by Harris. Harris over to Brashears. Now over to Wolfenbarger. She puts up a tough shot, no good, and Fayetteville comes down with the rebound. Working quickly are the Lady Bulldogs. Up and under goes Fayetteville. And that time it was Lauren Lindsay to get the bucket.
Bench warning on Northside. Ricky Smith wanted an over the back call there, didn't get it.
3-point game, 5:18 to play first half. Full court press in play now for Fayetteville. And here's a steal by the Lady Bulldogs, working quickly, right side to Lyles. Misses the shot, puts it back up, and coming down with his Brashears.
Yeah, Northside crowd getting a little restless. Getting a lot of contact on both possessions there. Both were no calls on the Lady Bulldogs.
Here's Brashears. She lost it, had her pocket stripped. Coming up with it is Beck in the lane. They give it over to Bridges. She'll put it up. It's off the back of the iron, no good, but Lyles is right there. She puts up a shot at air balls. Beck's there, and she knocks it down.
Fayetteville's got the momentum right now, RJ. Northside almost looks a little fatigued. Next dead ball under the 4-minute. We'll get the immediate timeout, though. We'll see if Northside wants to take one before we get there, though.
This is the closest this ball game has been since the opening tip-off. 1-point game for Northside. Wolfenbarger on the left side. Free throw line. Takes it right side to Harris for three. It's no good. Fayetteville pulls down the rebound. They could take the lead on this possession. Bridges has it on the right wing. Now drives the lane. Pulls up from the free throw line. It's too hard. Wolfenbarger pulls it down. And Northside's got it with under 4 to play here in the first half. Wolfenbarger puts it up from the free throw line. It's no good. And pulled back in by Fayetteville. Here's Beck, up and under. It's no good.
I like the aggressiveness from Beck, though. Attack the paint and try to beat Northside down the floor.
They work it right side to Brashears for three. She knocks it down. Boy, she's money when she's left alone on the perimeter.
Yeah, when she can get her feet set. Three-pointers already for Brashears, and she's got a game-high 9.
Here's an up and under move by Fayetteville's Ariana Saita. With 3:18 to play here in the first half, it's 19-17.
Yeah, Northside just going to let this one play out. Next dead ball is going to be the immediate timeout. But the Lady Bears look a little fatigued.
Working it down low, double team comes on Wolfenbarger, up and under. And it's too hard, gets her own rebound, and she's fouled. And she'll have the line to shoot two, but she'll do it after the media timeout. 2:58 to play here in the first half, and you're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
How do you have a conversation about race? Follow along with best-selling author Ijeoma Oluo and A-State professor Dr. Sharice Jones Branch as they examine what talks about race don't have to be and share tools for having hard conversations. So you want to talk about race, an 18-part digital series. Watch more Black Stories on air or stream online.
Thanks, George. Appreciate it. At Big Red Stores, we're always proud to sponsor, support, and partner up with many events and activities throughout the community. Among them, high school championships throughout the state of Arkansas. At Big Red Stores, our team members are always ready to assist you to make your visit with us a pleasant one. And at Big Red Stores, we recognize that none of our support or ability to serve the community is possible without you. That's why at Big Red Stores, you're always the MVP of the Big Red team. Big Red Stores, now more convenient than ever.
We on that next level. We on that next level.
Be the first to know what's happening at Arkansas PBS and get the latest sports updates. Just download the Engage Arkansas PBS app today for exclusive content.
You know, I got that app during the football championships. Great app and very, very user-friendly, so you need to go get that app today. Well, we're back here at Bank OZK Arena, 19-17. Northside on top of Fayetteville, 2:58 to play here in the first half as Jersey Wolfenbarger is at the free throw line to shoot two for the Lady Bears.
Jersey's had some struggles at the foul line this season. Talking with Scott Thompson, longtime Northside assistant. And she's struggling from the field today as well, just 1 of 8.
Second free throw's up and good. It's back to a 3-point lead. Now here's Bridges for Fayetteville. Now pull up for three. It's too hard off the back of the iron. Pulled in that time by Cassidy War. Left side goes Wolfenbarger. She'll spin move, put up the shot, and she'll be fouled. You know, Bobby, one thing about her, they bring a double team on her every single time she's got the basketball, and because she's so much bigger than everybody else on the floor, it's easier for her to draw a foul.
It really is. I mean, that time she did a nice job of splitting that double team and get back to the foul line. She's just looking to get something to get her game going. I mean, now she's 2 for 5 at the foul line, 1 of 8 from the floor. You got to think that she just needs a little confidence. Obviously, this arena is a lot more difficult to shoot in than others across the state because of the backdrop, how deep it is behind the two baskets. But, you know, one of those things is Fayetteville's just running body after body at Wolfenbarger. You know, eventually she's either going to wear down or the Fayetteville defense is going to.
You know, because so many things have changed during COVID, teams don't get to come in here and have a practice the day before. They don't actually get to shoot, as there's a three-pointer right there by Fayetteville. They don't get to shoot on these nets until the actual warm-ups on game day.
Yep, Caroline Lyles there, a big three-pointer for Fayetteville. She leads Fayetteville with 16 points per game, and she's got 5 here this afternoon.
Back to a 1-point game, 2:08 to play. As Wolfenbarger in the lane, goes left side. That's over to Ford. Now back to the left corner, out to Relaford. In the lane, Brashear, she puts up a shot. It's no good. And the putback, though, was good, as it was Cassidy War who was able to knock it back in, back to a 3-point game.
Nice job by War to get the offensive board and the putback. She had 15 against Harbor in the quarterfinals, her biggest game of the season.
Now Bridges with the basketball. They're just going to work it back and forth. Down to 17 on that shot clock. Works it down low, back outside. Over to Bridges. Just trying to find some way to break this defense down. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now here's Beck for 3. It's too hard, and the rebound's taken in by Northside.
Kind of looked like Northside was content with letting Fayetteville work it around the perimeter and settle for the long 3.
Here's Brashear. She puts it up off the front of the iron. It's no good. Beck comes down with the rebound and goes with a long court pass down low. And nice foul that time, as going up with the shot for Fayetteville was Allison Byers, but they're going to say that she traveled.
Yep. Shears was right there. I thought she was going to get whistled for the foul, but instead The offside official came in, said that she shuffled the feet and forced another turnover for this Northside defense.
Vic Rimmer is not a happy coach right now, as he wanted a word to say, and I couldn't see it from our vantage point as far as the shuffling of the feet. I saw the foul, but he was on that. The official was on that far side and got the travel before the foul. Here's Wolfenbarger from the three-point line, or from the free throw line. It's no good. Beck comes down with the rebound. And now we've got a whistle and a foul, and this is going to be against Cassidy War. And for War, that's going to be her third personal foul.
Yeah, not a bad foul. You're still nowhere near the bonus, just 40 seconds left and only 10 combined fouls between these two teams. So it's what you love to see, especially in the state finals, RJ. Let them settle it on the court. These two teams have played clean basketball so far. Knock on wood, that continues in the second half.
Now here comes Bridges bringing it up as we're down to 35 seconds to play in the first half. There's about a 4-second difference between the shot clock and game clock as a three-pointer knocks it down by Bridges. Bridges said, you know what, I'm not going to worry about the shot clock. We're just going to tie this thing up at 23.
Nice job by Bridges, knocks down another three-pointer. And Northside, though, got a chance to hold for the final shot and maybe get the lead going to the locker room.
Now here's Ford over to Wolfenbarger at the free throw line. Puts up the shot, in and out, no good. Rebounds pulled in by Harris. Down to 2 seconds. Brashears looks to put up the shot, and it's no good. And at the half in the girls' 6A title game, 23 all between Fayetteville and Northside. It's going to be a good one for the second half.
Stay tuned for the Arkansas PBS halftime show with Steve Sullivan to learn the history of one of Arkansas's greatest basketball players, Hazel Walker, and meet Chloe Clardy of the Conway Lady Cats. It's all coming up on the Arkansas PBS halftime show.
This has been the 6A title game first half, 23-23 between Northside and Fayetteville. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
What hours of Arkansas PBS inspire you? Do you explore with nature, dip deeper with Frontline, or cook with Patty's Mexican Table? Help Arkansas PBS meet our challenge of adding 3,000 new members by June 30th to continue bringing the series you love. Each new member we gain by June 30th gets us closer to an additional donation from the generous members of our Ambassador Circle. Just one new member an hour will get us there. Is this your hour? Join now at myarkansaspbs.org/donate.
Now, more than ever, community is important. Local schools, businesses, and charities are in need of support. Each one of us can make a difference. When you volunteer, give, shop locally, or simply participate, you help support and grow your community. It makes us all stronger when we all are involved. I'm Susie Everett of Everett Buick GMC. We're proud to be a part of this wonderful community and want to encourage each of you to be involved in yours.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Hello and welcome to the Arkansas PBS Sports Halftime Show. I'm Steve Sullivan, coming to you from the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame in North Little Rock. We'll get you back to that girls 6A championship at Bank OZK Arena in just a few minutes. But first, a little history lesson about the women's game. Long before Division I sports and the WNBA, women's basketball outside of high school was almost non-existent. However, in 1949, Ashdown, Arkansas native Hazel Walker set out to change all of that. Check out this Emmy Award-winning piece on the women's barnstorming basketball team, the Arkansas Travelers.
Hazel Walker, she at halftime would challenge anybody from the stands. She would shoot 15 standing, 10 kneeling, and 5 sitting. And I never saw her beat.
Hazel Walker was a legend. There was no league for women's professional basketball. And rather than just relying on what was out there, Hazel was an entrepreneur. She created something all of her own as an owner, manager, and player. And from 19 49 until 1965, she barnstormed all over the country, playing only men's teams and winning 85% of her games.
We actually played hardball against these men. Not that we could compete with them strength-wise, you know, like rebounding and that kind of stuff, but we could outscore them because everybody on the team could shoot. And I know I would average scoring 45, 50 points a night against men.
She chose some of the finest women basketball players all over the country, many of those that had been in the AAU ranks but had nowhere else to go. Some went straight from high school to Hazel's teams. Their schedule was 220 games a year. Now that's 2.5 times an NBA schedule.
You hear these people say now, their legs are tired and they got to rest so many days and stuff like that. We played every night for 6.5 months. We played hurt. I played with sprained ankles, everything else. You had to because there was only 7 of us.
The first half of Hazel's games, they would do a lot of showboating, a lot of Globetrotters type activities.
We've tried to integrate something funny in each quarter. You know, like we had a football play and we would line up, they would line up, and then I would back off like the quarterback and shoot a long, most of the time from my almost center court.
But the second half, they said, was straight up basketball. Straight up competitive, full court basketball.
I don't think I would have enjoyed it if it had all been fake, because I was too much of a competitor and wanting to win.
Everything was going great. And then Hazel decided that at 50, her game wasn't what it used to be. And she didn't like the idea of continuing the Travelers if she wasn't a part of it. Just couldn't see the team continuing without her. And so therefore ended the Travelers in 1965.
A woman today has every opportunity in the world to be whatever they want to be. If you want to be a good athlete, you got to work for it. No matter what you do, you got to work at it. And back in my day, you didn't have that choice. And nowadays, everything's wide open. And I would say, go get it. If you want it, go get it.
We salute pioneers like Hazel Walker and her team of trailblazers for inspiring generations of female athletes. And speaking of a new generation of athletes, RJ Hawk recently caught up with Chloe Clardy with the Conway High Wampus Cats. RJ, take it away.
Thanks, guys. I am with Chloe Clardy from Conway High School. And Chloe, thanks for joining us. What an exciting time. You're only a sophomore, but you guys are playing some great basketball this season. What's it been like getting ready for this year and playing with just 2 seniors on this basketball team? Y'all are a fairly young team.
We are, and we knew that coming in that people were going to talk about how young we are, but I think our coaches prepare us very well for things like the coming up tournaments, and I think we're ready even though we're young, but we have some good talent.
You know, I'm going to date myself just a little bit because your basketball coach, Coach Hutchcraft, she was playing basketball at UCA when I was in school there. What's it like playing with a coach that she's got your back, she's been in these games. What's it like playing for her?
I like playing for her, and I know that she knows what's best for me since she's been through it herself, and so she always knows what's the right thing to do, and she's always there for you if you need anything, because she knows like the things we go through because it's what she went through. So I love playing for her.
When you look back at this year, everything you've gone through as far as the pandemic, trying to maneuver an off season, maneuver a season, what's going to stand out most to you about this season?
Just everything, every experience we have as a team, and hopefully we'll make it to the championship, and that'll be our main thing, win a ring. That's what we want to do. Win a ring.
You're exactly right. Okay, let's talk about Chloe outside of basketball. What do you like to do for fun around Conway?
Most of the time I go eat at a lot of places with teammates, and other than that, I got a nephew now, so I babysit a lot now, and I'm basically in the gym 24/7 because my dad's a coach, so I can get in the gym whenever I want to. So, yeah.
Let me ask you that dynamic. Your dad's a coach, and you're a basketball player. What's that like? You got Coach Hutchcraft over here talking to you, and then you come home and you're being coached again by your dad.
I'd say I'm used to it because I've done it all through my AAU career, and so I know I can listen to both and do what's right, I feel like.
I love it. Well, Chloe, thanks so much for the time. We appreciate it. Best of luck. You're only a sophomore, and so you got a lot of basketball left to be played. We look forward to seeing you the rest of the way.
Yes, sir.
Guys, it's Chloe Clardy from Conway High School. Going to be a rising star among the high school ranks for many years to come. Back to you at the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame.
Thanks, RJ and Chloe. Always great to hear about student athletes doing well on and off the court. Keep up with what's happening during all the championship games and get special content from Arkansas PBS by logging on to our new Engage app. You can download the app at the App Store or on Google Play. That's going to do it for our halftime show. Let's get you back to Hot Springs in the second half of the girls' 6A championship right here on your home for the high school state basketball finals, Arkansas PBS.
And welcome back to Bank OZK Arena, where we start the second half 23-23 between Fayetteville and Northside. I'm RJ Honk with Bobby Swafford. And Bobby, we talked so much about Jersey Wolfenbarger there in the first half. Well, we didn't do a whole lot there in the first half.
Yeah, well, just 1 of 10 from the field. So you're going to look for Northside to try to create some easy opportunities to get her the basketball. I kind of look for Northside to maybe get the ball to Brashears at the foul line and let Wolfenbarger try to go to work, maybe a spin and pin at the block, because she just needs the confidence. She needs the ball to go through the hoop one time, maybe get her going. She's also struggling at the foul line, but Yanni Relaford's the reason that Northside and Fayetteville are tied right now at 23.
Let's quickly look at the stats for this first half. And for Fayetteville, leading the way right now is Bridges with 8 points. And for Northside, leading the way is Brashears with 9 points. And you can see right there on your screen the field goal percentage shooting, 3-point percentage shooting. They're not really flying from three like we thought they would today.
Yeah, and Fayetteville has not gotten to the foul line yet in this contest.
Well, Beck tried to steal it away that time, but went out of bounds, and so Northside is going to have the basketball. Thanks for joining us wherever you may be across the state of Arkansas here on Arkansas PBS Sports. Northside with the basketball. Jalen Ford's got it. Gives it off over to Ward. Now back over to Wolfenbarger, left side. Playing one-on-one, up and under, and we've got a travel.
Yeah, trying to do too much. Little press there. She kind of perfected that up and under, but she took an extra step trying to get to the basket, and Wolfenbarger whistled for the first turnover this second half.
So Fayetteville with the ball as Claudia Bridges is going to just hand it off over to Seta. They work it left side to Beck in the lane, and we've got a jump ball.
Nice job defensively by Relaford. Beck split the double team, but Yanni able to get a hand on the basketball, forces the tie possession. Arrow, though, going to stay with the Lady Bulldogs.
Seta off the inbound, going to go back topside with it. Over to Lyles, who hits it off the front of the rim, no good, and they're going to work quickly, goes Northside. Here's Wolfenbarger with the right hand. It's no good, misses badly, and Fayetteville comes up with it. Here's Beck.
I think she thought she was going to get some contact there. No foul and missed badly.
Here's a three-pointer that's no good that time by Claudia Bridges.
It's got to settle in. Both these teams did a nice job in that second quarter. We'll see who can settle down first here in the second half.
Working it back down low to Brashears. She puts up a shot. It's no good, and we've got an offensive foul.
There's a lot of contact on her first attempt, and then they're going to blow her for the over-the-back call or a push on. She tried to get her offensive rebound.
And for Brashears, that is her first personal foul. Now here's Bridges, works it left side to Lyles. Now to Beck. Beck thought about a three. Works it right side with the right hand. It's no good. Brashears pulls down the rebound. And Northside's got it. Not a point's been scored here in the third quarter so far, as it's the 6A girls title game. Bounce pass down low. Here comes the double team. She lost the handle on it, and she traveled.
Yeah, trying to do a little too much. And you can tell Northside wants to get the basketball to the paint, whether it's Brashears, Wolfenbarger, or that time Relaford, but a double team's automatically coming for Fayetteville and forces a turnover.
6:10 and counting here in the third quarter, 23 all. They work it right side to Bridges. Bounce over to Seta. Now here's Lyles. Over to 6 seconds on the shot clock. Down to 3. Here's the three-pointer. That time by Bridges, it was nowhere close.
Yeah, bad possession there by Fayetteville. Not a lot of moving around on the perimeter. They had to settle for the long three before the shot clock expired.
With the basketball for Northside is War. Back over top of the key, over to Ford. Brashears. Get it back to Ford. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Both teams just trying to seem like they're feeling each other out. And here's a block shot, that time by Lyles. Lyles gets it back to her. Spin move in the lane, but she's fouled, and she'll head to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Going to be Fayetteville's first trip to the foul line. Nice job by Lyles, sneaking out behind the Northside defense. Had a chance at a layup. Northside cut her off, but she's going to go to the charity stripe.
Lyles' first shot's up and good. Fayetteville's got the lead for the first time in this ball game.
A lot of nerves you can tell on both sides. Neither one of these offenses settling in as Lyles knocks them both down.
Now here's the inbound to Wolfenbarger.
Fayetteville's pressure caused a couple turnovers in that first half, and Northside handles it easily there.
Here's Brashears for 3. It's off the side of the iron, no good. Coming up with the rebound is Fayetteville as Lindsay's got it. Now back over to Bridges, top of the key. Working left side to Seta. Now over to Lyles for 3. It's too hard, no good. And the rebound's pulled in by War. Down court pass to Wolfenbarger. Amongst 3 people, she goes up and she's fouled. She'll head to the free throw line and shoot 2.
Yeah, when you've got the size advantage like Jersey did on that possession, even though you're outnumbered by 2 defenders, you go straight to the basket and get herself to the foul line.
Shots in the air and it's good.
Jersey's got 6 points. 4 of those at the foul line.
So we've got a tie ball game again, 25 all, with 4:30 to play here in the third.
You can experience all the action all over again next week. Watch the championship games on YouTube at youtube.com/ArkansasPBS.
Here's Beck with the basketball. Beck goes baseline with it, bounces it off the glass, good.
Nice job by Beck, splits the double team again. Northside's going to have to find a way to keep her out of the lane.
27-25, we've reached the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter. As Ford's got the basketball, trying to work it down to Brashears, and the ball's going to go out of bounds, and it was kicked by Claudia Bridges, and that's going to do it for the media timeout here in the third quarter. Fayetteville holds a 2-point lead, 27-25. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
the Cherokee Nation, our people, our culture, our history, our future. To learn more, go to visitcherokeenation.com and say hello to the Cherokee Nation.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
John's Honda, your hometown dealer for sales and service of Honda motorcycles, ATVs, Honda generators, and Honda lawnmowers. Family owned and operated since 1967, John's Honda offers factory certified technicians and experienced sales staff.
Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville share the mission of Arkansas PBS to enrich and empower all Arkansans. Community, dignity, respect. That's what Me Banking is all about. More at mebanking.com.
And we've got a 2-point Fayetteville lead as we get ready to start the second half of the third quarter. Bobby Swafford, I'm RJ Hawk. Glad to have you along as Northside's got the basketball. The inbound pass will come to the top side. And it's a three-pointer by Wolfenbarger that's too hard. And Fayetteville's got it. Sata gets it back over right side. That's out over to Beck. Beck, three-pointer's no good. Northside comes down with it, but there's a foul as Beck is going to be called for it. And that'll be her second personal foul.
You know, I like the effort, but those are the type of infractions that drive coaches wild. You're 75 feet away from the basket, and you force or commit a loose ball foul. You know, nobody's really in foul trouble for either side, but that's one that could loom large later in the contest. Shot clock issue. Again.
But you know what, though, Bobby? I would rather have shot clock issues than not have a shot clock.
Agreed.
I mean, I know that we have heard people say, well, we always have clock issues, the state champion. I would much rather have it than not have it at all.
I'm with you there.
Here's Wolfenbarger as we're going to have an offensive foul. She gave a little push as she went for the spin move, and so for Jersey, that is going to be her first personal foul.
Yep, lowered the shoulder, and they're going to call that almost every time. Northside shooting just 24% in this title game.
Now Beck with the basketball. Works it around Wolfenbarger, and now she picks up her second.
That's 2 fouls and about 10 seconds on Jersey, and the Northside bench didn't like that call. They're wanting that call on the other end. But
you know, but it is a foul. She jumped out there in front of her. She was trying to make the turn. Now Bridges, top of the key. Going to pull up for three. It's off the front of the iron, no good. Wolfenbarger comes down with it.
I'd like to see Northside get something set up here for Brashear. She had a big first half and had many touches here in this third quarter.
Working the ball down to Brashears, and it's knocked away and taken by Bridges for Fayetteville. Down court pass. They're going to go over to Lyles. Lyles will pull up. In and out, no good.
I like the thought there on both ends. Lyles pushing it. The Northside tried to get to Brashears, but forced it. The pass was high as Relaford draws the lane and gets hit with a contact.
So Relaford's going to head to the free throw line, as that foul is going to be called on Claudia Bridges. That's her third personal foul. First free throw's up and good. And checking in the ball game for Fayetteville is going to be Allison Byers.
All three of Northside's points this half have come at the foul line. They've gone stone cold from the field.
Both free throws are good. We've got a tie ball game once again.
Relaford leading the way for Northside now. She's got 9 along with Brashears, who knocked down the 3 3-pointers.
Sata with the basketball. Works it into the lane. Now back over to Lyles for 3. And she rattles it home.
That's when she's at her best, when Caroline Lyles can set her feet. And she did there, and high arcing 3-pointer. Foul on the net.
2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Working it around back over to Jersey Wolfenbarger, but it's deflected away and picked back up by War, and now we've got a whistle and a foul.
Nice heads-up play by Wolfenbarger. Saw the pass was going to be picked off, able to just kind of tap it back from behind, and then Cassidy War draws the foul.
So checking in the ball game for Fayetteville is Carly Johnson. She comes in for Winter Beck.
Now foul trouble is going to be an issue for Fayetteville's backcourts as Bridges and Beck both have 3 personals.
So Ford with the basketball. Under 2 to play here in the third. Here's Brashears for 3. It's no good. Rebounds taken by Fayetteville. As bringing it up for the Lady Bulldogs is going to be Lindsay. Now here's in the lane. It's going to be Byers, and she'll be fouled. And she'll head the free throw line to shoot 2.
That's a 3rd foul here on Wolfenbarger in this 3rd quarter. And so now she has 3 personals. And what was a game that had very few fouls in the first half, 3 of the biggest names in this contest now have 3 fouls.
Well, Bobby, one thing that you knew that Fayetteville was going to try to do at halftime was to attack Jersey. That was just going to be a thing that you knew, and you've seen here in the second half that they have constantly tried to make the ball go right at Jersey Wolfenbarger every time.
Yeah, they know she's struggling on the offensive end, so they're attacking her on the other end, trying to make her become a complete player.
Now here is Relaford in the lane, and we've got a whistle and a foul, but it's not a shooting foul. And
nice offensive board by Brashears. They call the foul on Fayetteville, though, before she could get the putback attempt up.
The foul that time was on Allison Byers for Fayetteville. Here's Brashears, works the left side. That's over into War's hands. Now back over to Wolfenbarger. She's going to pull up for 3. No good, and it's taken that time by Fayetteville as Lyles brings it up. Works it back left side to Johnson. Now swings it back over to Carly. Top the key over to Byers for 3. It's no good. And the ball's going to go out of bounds, and it'll go with Northside.
Just nothing falling for Wolfenbarger. Nothing falling for Northside as they're now 22% from the field.
Now here comes Northside, bringing it up. Nice runner in the lane that time by Yanni Relaford.
Nice pull up there. She saw the defense was set it up to take the charge. She pulled up and knocked down the 6-footer.
Shot clock's been turned off as we've got 24 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Saita's got it. She's just going to clear everybody out as we've got 13 seconds to play.
We're talking about how bad Northside's shooting at 24%. Now Fayetteville only at 29%.
Here's a 3 from the corner, and she knocks it down. That time for Fayetteville, it was Lauren Lindsay. Here's Relaford for a half-court shot. It's no good. And we're headed to the fourth quarter. Fayetteville on top, 35-29 over Northside. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Thanks, George. Appreciate it. At Big Red Stores, we're always proud to sponsor, support, and partner up with many events and activities throughout the community. Among them, high school championships throughout the state of Arkansas. At Big Red Stores, our team members are always ready to assist you to make your visit with us a pleasant one. And at Big Red Stores, we recognize that none of our support or ability to serve the community is possible without you. That's why at Big Red Stores, you're always the MVP of the Big Red team. Big Red Stores, now more convenient than ever.
And here's the three-pointer that was in the corner right before the end of the third quarter. That was by Lauren Lindsay, and Fayetteville. They lead it 35-29 as we enter the fourth quarter of play here at Bank OZK Arena. Bobby, what's really been the change for you for Fayetteville? What have they done in the second half to really grow this lead?
Yeah, I mean, it really started late first quarter. They were able to weather that early storm from Northside, but they've been able to attack the basket, which is causing Northside to collapse the defense, and now we're starting to see those long-range shots fall for Fayetteville, just from like Lauren Lindsay, who gives the Lady Bulldogs their largest lead of the contest.
Well, this is the final quarter, and here's Wolfenbarger at the free throw line. Working it back down low to Brashear. She puts up a shot. It's no good. Rebound's taken in by Fayetteville.
Yeah, they're doing a great job, Fayetteville is, defensively, of double teaming the block. Now Brashear's just 3 of 15 shooting for Northside. All 3 of those are three-pointers.
Satan, bounce pass over into the right corner. That's over in the hands of Lindsay. Lindsay with the left hand puts it in. Boy, Lindsay's come up big in the last 2 quarters.
Yeah, Northside can't play chase on the perimeter. They've got to let them, as Fayetteville, come to them, because Northside doesn't have the quickness to keep up with the guards of the Lady Bulldogs.
They work it right side into the hands of Ford. And knocks down the three-pointer. We've got a timeout charged to Ricky Smith at Northside.
Rutherford's big three-pointer there. She's got 14, but that timeout by Northside was a settle it down. Hey, okay, guys, we finally hit that one big shot. The first time we've seen Northside get anything going offensively in this second half. Maybe settle the troops. Maybe they turn up a little full-court pressure here. But more importantly, say, hey, we've been here before. We've trailed in the fourth quarter. They trailed most of that game 2 years ago against Bentonville in the state finals. If you flash back to that contest, these players were sophomores in. They've been at this stage. They know what it's going to take in the final 7 minutes to pull out a title.
37-32, 7:01 to play here in the fourth quarter. We've talked about the history of Ricky Smith and state championship games. But, you know, one thing that we really didn't touch on a lot is Vic Rimmer.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got 2 outstanding head coaches here in this state title game that they've done a lot of winning here in Hot Springs.
Yeah, it's his 7th appearance in the championship game. Talking about Vic Rimmer, the 4th with Fayetteville. He's 3-0 with the Lady Bulldogs here in Hot Springs.
Here's Beck in the lane, has her shot partially blocked. Ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it's going to stay with Fayetteville.
He also won 2 state championships and also had a 3rd appearance here in the finals at Shiloh Christian. So a lot of success in Northwest Arkansas for Vic Rimmer.
Inbounding it for Fayetteville was Satan. Works it back over right side out to Lyles. Puts up the shot. It's no good. Ball's on the floor, and it goes out of bounds, and it's going to go with Northside.
Yeah, that's what the Lady Bears needed. And Fayetteville's going to pick up the pressure now, full court.
Here's Wolfenbarger in the lane. Misses the shot, but right there with the follow is Northside's Cassidy War.
Nice job by War to crash the glass, and Northside's back within a possession.
3-point game. Here's Bridges with the right hand. It's no good. Picking it up is Satan with the offensive rebound. We've got a whistle and a jump ball.
Arrow's going to stay with the Lady Bulldogs.
I tell you could have easily come out of there with a foul, though, Bobby.
No doubt.
I mean, she got mauled.
Yeah, and I thought they could even got a Seda with the travel as the feet were shuffling, but they said a held possession. Going to keep Fayetteville with the ball on this end.
Now, here's Bridges back over to Beck. Under 5 to play now. Lindsay just working it around. Back over to Seda. She puts up the shot. It's no good, and Wolfenbarger comes down with it. Here's a 3. It's an air ball, and it's an offensive rebound. And a putback.
Nice job by Ward to recognize Rutherford cutting to the bucket. And Rutherford's having a career day, a monster game here in the championship.
We got a 1-point game. Here's Fayetteville. With the basketball's Lyles. Now back over to Bridges. Free throw line extended this time. Goes to the corner to find Beck. And we've got a whistle and a foul. And that foul is going to go against Johnny Rutherford.
It's going to be her second, 6th team foul now. So Fayetteville's going to go to the foul line on the next foul. And that's going to be key. 5:16 left here in the fourth.
Inbound pass comes to the corner as Lauren Lindsay's going to hang on to it. Back over to Beck.
Let this one bleed down a little bit. You can tell Fayetteville's just going to try to get the matchup they want and try to drive to the bucket, but Beck turned it over.
And it's by Wolfenbarger. She's bringing it up. got an entourage, spin move in the lane. It's no good. Offensive rebound by Brashears. Northside takes the lead.
Nice job by Wolfenbarger. Not only attacked the basket, but able to tip that rebound to her teammate Brashears, and Northside back in front for the first time since the second quarter.
And timeout on the floor, charged to Fayetteville. 4:40 to play in the ball game. Northside 38, Fayetteville 37. It's a 9-0 run right now by Northside. And Bobby, they started the game with defense, and they're ending the game right now with defense.
Yeah, and they're doing it also on second chance opportunities. The shots are not going down for Northside. They're missing point-blank shots that they've made all season long, but War, Relaford, and that time Brashear is able to crash the glass and get those second chance opportunities, and that's a number right now. If you look at it on the stat sheet, Northside has 15 second chance points off of 9 offensive rebounds. Fayetteville has only 4 second chance points off of 8 offensive boards.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild last 4 minutes. Still have a media timeout coming up here at the 4-minute mark. So probably a good timeout by Vic Rimmer to get one in, get his girls settled, then be able to have another free timeout.
Yeah, and both of these teams have a lot of timeouts. Northside on the scoreboard has 4 left. Ricky Smith not really one to call a bunch of timeouts. So this 440 could take a little bit. If you want to watch this game all over again, well, you can do so next week, as the championship games are going to be posted on youtube.com/Arkansas PBS. And RJ, this one kind of seems like one of those games you'll want to watch over and over again.
4:39 and counting. Back with the basketball. Here's Bridges, top of the key. Right corner. Goes Satan. She briefly lost the handle on it. Down to 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Beck's going to try to drive the paint.
Here's Beck in the lane. Lost the handle. No, they're going to say a jump ball. And the possession error goes in favor of Northside.
Kind of a tough break for Northside. The defense was so good it forces the jump ball. It was close to a shot clock violation, but either way, Lady Bears get it back and try to add on this 9-0 spurt.
For Northside with the basketball is going to be Relaford. Takes it over to the wing. Back top of the key over to War. And hand it off to Wolfenbarger.
Northside wants to work it inside, but they're double teaming Brashears on the block.
3-point attempt. No good. Offensive rebound. Taken by Relaford. It's no good as she put up a right-hander. And Beck comes down with it.
Yeah, nice offensive board as Fayetteville throws that one in the front row, but Relaford trying to do a little too much and force the shot, but we hit the under 4 timeouts.
We've got a 1-point game. Northside leads at 38-37 with 3:33 to play in the ball game. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Now, more than ever, community is important. Local schools, businesses, and charities are in need of support. Each one of us can make a difference. When you volunteer, give, shop locally, or simply participate, you help support and grow your community. It makes us all stronger when we all are involved. I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. We're proud to be a part of this wonderful community and want to encourage each of you to be involved in yours.
Our fight against coronavirus isn't over. Let's wear face masks in public, stay 6 feet or more from others, follow state and local guidelines, and wash our hands frequently. Let's move forward together. Learn more at coronavirus.gov.
Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Let me see it, bounce, 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 bounce.
1-point game here in the 6A girls title game as Northside leads Fayetteville 38-37. Northside has the basketball to start outside the media timeout.
It's been a game of runs, especially in this
fun.
second half. RJ, Fayetteville goes on a 12-6 stretch in the third quarter, but Northside's reeled off 9 straight to regain the lead as we're at 3.5 left and counting.
So Brashears down to Wolfenbarger. They kick it up top side. Now here's Relaford. Ford. who puts up a shot. It's off the front of the rim, no good. Bridges comes down with it, and here comes Fayetteville. Fayetteville in the lane. Bridges, left hand, no good, and the ball's going to go out of bounds. And go with Northside.
Yep. Bridges just couldn't get the runner to go in the paint. She's really struggled to get anything going inside the three-point line. When Fayetteville's at their best, she's got the option to drive or knock down from distance. Northside's kind of made her one-dimensional this afternoon.
Brashears has the ball picked from her pocket, and Fayetteville's got it. Lauren Lindsay's going to bring it up.
10 turnovers now for Northside.
Beck's going to have the ball knocked out of bounds.
You can tell Relaford was kind of sagging off of Beck. She knew she wasn't going to pull up and attempt the 15-footer. Able to sink back in the passing lane, deflect that one, and let the defense reset.
Inbound pass comes to Lyles, and it's knocked out by Wolfenbarger. Beck's got it, though, and she goes to put it up. We've got a jump ball.
It's going to stay with Fayetteville. That's the third time already in this third quarter that Northside's forced a tie possession as one of the Fayetteville offensive players attack the basket. .11 on the shot.
Now we've got a whistle and a timeout charge to Fayetteville. Seems like it's been a one-point game for a really long time.
It has.
For all the scoring that we saw there in the third quarter, it's been this 38-37 for a while.
Yeah, I mean, even before the under 4-minute timeout, you know, both of these teams, or Northside, reeled off 9 straight, but it's cooled off. Fayetteville's missed their last 6, 3 turnovers in their last 5. Northside hasn't scored in 2.5 minutes. So to validate your point there, RJ, which we don't like to do very often, neither team has scored in 2 minutes and 27 seconds.
Yeah, and you know, when you look over all the stats so far, Fayetteville's only shooting 28% for the game. Northside is shooting 27. Fayetteville is on a 5-minute and 3-second drought in this one.
They scored the first bucket of this fourth quarter to take their largest lead at 37-29, but it's been all Northside since. But with 2:20 left, you know, plenty of timeouts for Northside, but just one for Fayetteville. And this possession is big as they're going to get the ball underneath their own basket with 11 on the shot clock.
So Fayetteville's going to have the basketball with 2:28 to play. Sato is going to inbound it from the left side of the bucket. Not real sure what everybody's waiting on. Maybe turn the music off.
We like the music.
Here's the inbound pass. It's going to go over to Lyles. She'll pull up for 3. It's no good, but Sato's right there to get the rebound. Ball's deflected, and it's going to stay with the Lady Bulldogs.
Sato's doing a great job on the glass. Now 7 rebounds for the Fayetteville guard. Doing a great job of keeping those possessions alive for the Lady Bulldogs.
With the basketball is Claudia Bridges. Gives it off to Winter Beck. She'll pull up for 3, and it goes. Boy, she got the kiss off the side of the glass, and it just rolled over, and now Fayetteville regains the lead 40-38.
Yeah, you're only supposed to get those kind of bounces at home, but here in the state title game, Winter Beck gets one to bounce in.
Wolfenbarger's going to pull up for a deep 2. It's no good, and coming down with it's Fayetteville. Here's Bridges in the front court. 1:45 to play. Bridges off to Sato. Gives it off to Lyles. Now Beck in the lane. Puts it high off the glass. It's no good. Rebounds pulled in that time by Relaford. They work it right side to Ford, who's in the corner. Back down to Brashears, works her way under, puts it up. We've got a tie ball game.
That's the first time since the first quarter that Northside and Brashears have been able to establish position where she could just catch, turn, and shoot and not draw a double team, and Northside quickly takes a timeout as we're all knotted at 40.
1:17 to play in this one. It's 40-40. Bobby, you know, you think about it, you almost say, what does Northside need to do to really utilize Jersey Wolfenbarger? But really, at this point, I say you almost use Yanni Relaford more because she's been more effective in this one.
Yeah, I agree. But first we're going to start with Fayetteville. They've got possession here, 1:17 left. And if they work the shot clock down, Northside potentially could hold for the final shot. Fayetteville's shown what they're going to do today. They're going to dribble around and get the match if they want and try to get either Winterbeck or Seda to drive to the bucket in a one-on-one type situation. So if you're Northside, you sag off. Of course, you got to close out on a three-point shot, but Northside force them to beat you with a mid-range jumper. You just don't let them get to the bucket. You get a stop, and then we'll worry about the Lady Bears if they get the basketball after that.
1:17 to play. Fayetteville with the ball, and Bridges is going to inbound it.
No, Beck was the go-to in the semifinals when they were trailing Conway both at the end of regulation, got to the bucket, drew a foul, and then Beck in overtime able to hit the game winner with 2 seconds left to beat Conway.
So here's Sates in the front court. Now to Bridges in the lane with the right hand. It's off the front of the iron. No good. We've got a whistle. Who are they going to call it on?
Either way, it's going to put Fayetteville at the foul line for the bonus. We're going to get Wolfenbarger with her 4th personal.
And so that'll put at the line Caroline Lyles. 1:02 to play. As her first part of the 1-and-1's no good. And we've still tied.
And this is where the shot clock's so important, RJ. Northside cannot bleed this down to be the final shot of this contest.
Cassidy War with the basketball, goes left corner. That's over to Relaford.
Northside trying to get that position on the block with Brashears.
Wolfenbarger, top of the key, works it in, right hand, no good. Fayetteville comes down with it. They get it off to Seta.
Shot clock's off.
Here's a pass, it's intercepted, and it's taken by Ford, given off to Relaford. Down to 24 seconds to play here in this one.
Now Northside's going to take a timeout, and they can wait till the final possession. And if you're Northside now, you're not going to really attack the basket till at least 10, because what you want to do is give yourself a chance at a quick offensive putback. But what you don't want to do is attack too early and give Fayetteville a chance to get a rebound and a run out.
So 19.7 seconds left.
So the question is now, you asked it a second ago, RJ, now with Northside, Jersey Wolfenbarger is 1 of 18 shooting today.
Yeah.
But she got you here. Do you rely on your McDonald's All-American, a finalist for the Player of the Year in the country? Do you allow her to win a state championship game for the 2nd time in 3 years? And that's going to be the question. If you're Northside, and I'm with you, Yanni Relaford has played lights out, 16 points. Maybe you go to her, or maybe you let to see what the defense is going to do, because they're going to collapse on Brashears and they're going to collapse on Wolfenbarger.
But I say all that to say, wouldn't you just stay with your hot hand? Because I understand she's an All-American. I understand that Wolfenbarger's got him to this point. Yeah. But she has not had a good game.
No, she hasn't.
You gotta ride the person that's got the hot hand right now, and that's Relaford all the way.
Yeah, it really is. And a lot of those chances have been second chance opportunities, a lot of offensive putback. So maybe you draw up a play, get the ball to Brashears at the high post, and maybe a spin and pin. I've been waiting for Northside to do that a lot here in this 4th quarter, this is 2nd half, because they did that against North Little Rock late in the game, and that's how they're able to seal that victory.
Well, both teams back on the court. 19 seconds left in the 6A girls state title game. Inbounding it for Northside. It is going to be War. She gets it into Wolfenbarger.
We'll see if Fayetteville wants to run 2 defenders at the ball handler. They did that late against Conway in that contest in the semifinals.
Looks like Wolfenbarger's going to keep it herself. Down to 8 seconds. Works it right side. Comes back left. Has it blocked. It's taken by Ford. 2 seconds. She lost the handle on it. We're going to overtime.
That was clearly going to be a one-on-one isolation play for Wolfenbarger, but the Fayetteville defense rose to the occasion, blocked the 6'6" Wolfenbarger, and free basketball in the first of 12 state finals we've got this weekend.
You know, we're just making up for what we missed last year, Bobby.
No doubt.
That's what we're doing. Tie ball game, we're headed to overtime. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month in Passport on the PBS Video app, your on-demand library for the best of PBS.
we just went back to Africa.
I have to say I'm forever changed.
If you're exploring with an adventurer's heart, you'll always find something interesting to be excited about.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS video app.
Well, we're back at Bank OZK Arena for overtime between Northside and Fayetteville in the Class 6A Girls State Championship game. Bobby Swafford, I'm RJ Hawk. We had so much fun in the first 4 quarters, we wanted one more.
Yep, 32 minutes, not enough to settle this one. Northside and Fayetteville have duked it out. And the title game before, 2011, comes to mind when Callie Berna hit a 3 in double overtime to give Fayetteville a championship. And the Lady Bulldogs going to get possession to start this extra period.
So for Fayetteville, Ariana Saita is going to have it on that right side.
Now if you're Fayetteville, just more of the same. Dribble drive, get that matchup you want going towards the basket as Lyles lets one fly, but it's well short.
Had a three-pointer that airballed, and it was picked up by Brashears. Brashears going to just hand it off over to Cassidy Ward. Now goes back left side out to Ford. Wolfenbarger. Just going to work it around the perimeter. Here's a pass down to Brashears. She puts up the shot. It's no good. Puts it back up. It's good.
Nice job by Brashears to stick with it. And we got a quick whistle.
I think we've got an injured player that I think that for Northside, Yanni Relaford fell to the floor, and she was expecting to be called with a foul, somebody to foul her, and I think she got a knee to the thigh.
They might have got tangled up with some photographers who didn't see the play unravel, but looks like she's going to be all right, stay in the game.
42-40 as Beck's got the basketball. And she carried.
First time we've seen that call today with an untimely turnover there for the Lady Dogs.
And she clearly did, Bobby. That was right in front of our broadcast position, and she actually almost curled it up underneath her when she came back, and they're going to call that every time.
The Northside haven't led by more than 2 since the first quarter. Have a chance to expand on this 42-40 advantage.
Top of the key. They work it back down low. Left side to War. Wolfenbarger in the corner. Back right side over to Relaford. Now back to War for 3. It's off the side of the iron. No good. Whistle and a foul. And that's the 5th foul on Jersey Wolfenbarger.
That's a tough break for the All-American. Did not play her best game today, and she's going to foul out with just 7 points. And she's going to have to rely on her teammates to try to close this one out.
.228 to play, 42-40, and at the line is going to be Winter Beck.
Trying to do a little too much, goes over the back. And now Fayetteville has a chance to tie this one up, but Beck misses the front end of the one-on-one.
So Yanni Relaford got the rebound quickly, gave it off to Brashears. We talked about Brashears, Oklahoma State commit. They're going to rely heavily on her and Relaford to try to close this one out.
15 on the shot clock.
Now court pass to Harris, way too high, goes out of bounds. Boy, unforced turnovers. You don't want to see that, especially in overtime in a 2-point game.
Yeah, Ward tried to force the diagonal pass to Harris, and too tall for the Northside guard. And Fayetteville again a chance to tie.
So Ariana Saita gives it off to Beck, free throw line. Under 2 to play. Beck gonna whistle, and she got travel with the basketball.
Yep.
So that's 2 turnovers now on Beck. She had a carry earlier, now has a travel.
Yep. Beck thought the Northside defender was going to have a little contact, but Relaford sagged off again like she did earlier in this second half and forced another turnover.
Here's Brashears bringing the basketball in the front court. Shears works top of the key. Bounce pass goes left side to Relaford. In the lane, left hand, no good. Rebounds pulled in by Beck, and they're going to call a jump ball. It'll stay with Northside.
Yeah, nice job by Relaford to attack the bucket. Those shots have fallen today for Hatiana, but that one rimmed out, but Northside able to tie up the loose ball, and they get the arrow.
Here comes the inbound pass to Harris. They work it right side. That's into the hands of Ward. Now back to Brashears. Down to 1:18 and counting. Back right side for three out to Relaford. No good. Fayetteville's got it. Seta into the front court.
Fayetteville yet to score in this extra period.
Seta goes left side with it. Down to a minute left to play. Northside has not scored a bucket in 2 minutes. Fayetteville broke their 5-minute drought just a little bit ago. Here's Beck in the lane. In and out, no good. Ball's on the floor. Seta's got it. Left side to Bridges. Fresh shot clock now.
How many times have we seen Seta come up with a long rebound, a loose ball rebound? She's got 9 boards on the day.
Now here's Lyles. Left side to Bridges. Lost the handle on it. We've got a whistle and a timeout charge to Fayetteville.
Yeah, Vic Rimmer didn't like what he was seeing there. Loose ball on the floor. Northside's defense very disruptive the last 2 possessions, but Seta with the offensive board. And now Vic Rimmer takes a timeout. Both teams got an extra timeout, and it's overtime, so he's got one more. So now they got to try to draw something up, and I really look for Winter Beck to get something going towards the basket.
Bobby, when you look at a game like this, 2 teams that have been so prolific in scoring, do you say they both just really kind of had bad shooting days, or has it really been the defense in this one?
I think it's a little bit of both, because both teams have had good looks. I mean, if you wanted to start with Wolfenbarger, who's already fouled out of this contest, she's gotten good looks. Now Fayetteville's done a great job defensively on her, but I think the nerves have really gotten to it on both sides. Fayetteville's gotten good looks. They've got a lot of shots going towards the basket, but I think they're expecting more contact. The 6A Central has always been a more physical league than the West because the officials allow it to play that way, which is how it is. But neither one of these, so Fayetteville's expecting a little more contact when they go to the lane. Instead, Northside sinking off, and they're forcing a lot of bad shots and a lot of turnovers because of it.
You know, a lot of teams across the state of Arkansas have these nice gymnasiums with open back glasses, things like that. But there's a little bit more depth here at Bank OZK Arena than what you have at a normal high school arena. Do you think by not being able to come in and practice, that may also play a factor for both these
Certainly.
teams?
You're talking about instead of having a 30 or 45-minute shoot-around to get used to both sides of the arena, and now you have 15 minutes to start the game, and that's all you get. Now, both of these teams have been here. Fayetteville had a chance to do the shoot-around last year. Northside's well-versed in coming to Hot Springs, but now with 30 seconds left, all that doesn't matter. Goal's still 10 feet. It's still the same circumference. Got to find a way to put the orange in it.
Here's Beck with a right hand, bounces it off the glass. Tie ball game.
Now Northside can have a chance to hold for the final shot like they did at the end of regulation.
We've got a whistle and a timeout charge to Ricky Smith now over at Northside.
So now with Wolfenbarger out of the game, I think you go Brashears and then Relaford.
And you look at the numbers right now. Brashears has got 15 points. Relaford's got 16 points. And both Brashears has already got a double-double with 12 rebounds, and Relaford's got 9. I mean, both have had outstanding games.
Yeah, they really have, and that's why you look for these two. Now you got 14 seconds, plenty of time to get a quick play in, so maybe you go high-low. They haven't done it, I keep asking for it. Of course, Ricky Smith's got a lot of championship rings, and I don't, but maybe you try to get that spin and pin. You know, maybe you go Relaford top of the key to force it to get it to Brashears on the block. Maybe she draws the foul.
14.2 seconds left here in the game. Tie ball game 42-42. This is the first of 4 games today, and we're doing this for 3 days. We've got 4 games on Friday and 4 games on Saturday. But Bobby, we mentioned it.
The bar is being set high.
Yeah, I mean, you go to overtime in the first game of 3 days of state championships. Could have a really exciting rest of the week of games here at Bank OZK Arena.
You know, the hair's been thinning for a few years. It turned gray on me a long time ago, but we get 11 more games like this one.
Yeah.
I may have a full head of luscious white locks by the time we're done.
Okay, Fayetteville's made their way back on the court.
Now for Northside, again, we talked about what they want to do, what they can't do. 1, turn the ball over. 2, go too quickly and give Fayetteville a chance at a run out.
14-second shot clock's turned off. As Brashears has got it, gives it off to Relaford, top of the key. Under 10 now.
They're already double teaming Brashears at the block.
And now we've got a whistle and a foul. That foul's going to be charged to Ariana Seta.
Yep, and that's still not in the bonus as Fayetteville. And so that's 16 fouls now on the Lady Bulldogs, which is, kind of a, I guess not really a questionable decision, but now the next foul is going to send the Lady Bears to the stripe.
Inbound comes over to Relaford. She's going to work it into the lane. Now back right side for 3 from Ford. It's no good. Let's go to double overtime.
That's a good look, a wide open look for Ford, but she has not scored today. Now, obviously not the shot that Northside was trying to draw up, but that's as good as a look as you're going to get of a chance to win a state championship in double overtime number 2.
42-42, you're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Arkansas Citizens Access Network gives you a front row seat to your state government. Live stream board and commission meetings, press conferences, legislative proceedings, and more. Events are also archived for 30 days. Receive updates right on your phone by texting ARCAN to 313131. Be informed and get involved at myarkansaspbs.org/ARCAN.
And we're back for double overtime, and Northside's going to get the basketball first as Harris has it for the Lady Bears.
These two teams combined for 4 points in that first overtime period. We'll see if the offenses can finally get something going.
Here's a three-point attempt. Nothing but net by Cassidy War. For War, that's just her first three-pointer of the ball game. She's now 1 of 3.
What a big shot for War. Northside up by 3. She had 15 in the quarterfinals, so she can score as Seda misses the runner. So Northside going to need somebody else to step up, and War, the likely candidate right there. She knocks down the triple to start overtime.
Now here comes Relaford into the front court.
Just the pressure that it takes off of you in overtime if you can go out and jump out and score an early lead.
Here's another 3 by Warren. It airballs that time, and the ball's going to go out of bounds, and Fayetteville will get it back. Well, she was so open in the corner.
You got confidence.
Yeah.
And it's clear that Fayetteville is going to let those other players try to beat them. They're going to double team Brashears. They're going to sag off on Relaford, so they're going to let War. They're going to let Harris. They're going to let Ford try to beat them.
Seta's got the basketball for Fayetteville. 3-point game, 45-42. Bridges, top of the key, going to work the lane. Fake, left hand, she's fouled. She'll hit the line and shoot 2.
Nice job by Bridges. She's oftentimes given that up, but this time instead of going to Winter Beck, they go to Bridges to drive the bucket. She can't get the left-hand runner to go, but a chance to go to the foul line for a pair.
First shot's up and good.
She's got 9 now, 8 of those in the first half. It's her first point since the intermission.
Second shot's up and good as well. 1-point game, 2:50 to play here in double overtime. Deep pass down court. This is the Ford. Puts up the shot. It's good. She kind of snowbirded that time, Bobby.
Yep. Northside did a nice job of sneaking Ford out behind the defense, gets her first points.
Now here's Fayetteville with the basketball is Lindsay.
Got an offensive explosion here in this second overtime.
And here's Seta. Has it picked off. Taking it the other way is Ford. In the lane, going up with it. Right hand's no good. Pulled back in, and now we've got a whistle and offensive foul.
Yeah, War got the offensive board, and she lowered the shoulder, and that was a big collision, and Seda took a hard bump off the hardwood. She looks to be okay, but that's a big job defensively to force the offensive foul. Until Northside's trying to pick up the pace here in overtime.
Well, and for Cassidy Ward, that's her 4th personal foul.
And Northside hasn't really gone too far into their bench. Wolfenbarger already fouled out. That could be big, RJ.
3-point game, 47-44. Here's Lyles. Goes right side into the hands of Lindsay. Back to Beck. Beck lost the handle. Jump ball.
There's too many times that Beck's had the ball at her waist as she attacks the basket. That's an easy force up for Northside. That's at least the 4th time in this second half that they've been able to get a tie possession as the Fayetteville offensive players attack the basket.
Inbound pass goes to Lyles for 3. No good. Saita right there to get the offensive rebound. Kicks it left side to Lindsay for 3. It's nothing but net.
The big 3, the second chance opportunity there for Fayetteville, and now we're all tied at 47 again.
47-47. Brashears working the right side, goes up with the right hand, no good. Ball's on the floor, and they're going to say it stays with Northside.
You like the aggressiveness there of Northside, trying to pick up the pace a little bit here in this second overtime. Didn't get the shot to go, but deflected out of bounds. Going to stay with the Lady Bears.
Ford's going to inbound it to Relaford. She puts up the shot. She's fouled. She'll head the line to shoot 2.
You know, Relaford kind of got lost in the paint there. You know, 2 Fayetteville defenders were around her. Didn't see her sneak in between. Easy inbound pass, and she's got a chance to put Northside back in front.
Relaford's first free throw is good. Relaford on the day is perfect. 4 of 4 at the free throw line.
17 points now for Yanni.
Second shot's good as well.
Northside going to take a timeout. They've got plenty of them. 2 left after this called timeout for Ricky Smith.
Boy, Bobby, we go from only scoring 4 points in the second quarter, or first overtime, to now here in double overtime. They've already gotten up to 12.
You knew that the lid had to come off the basket at some point. We thought it was going to be in the second quarter, thought it might be the third quarter. Heck, we thought it might be in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But it's taken to the second overtime for either one of these offenses to get anything going consistently. And that you got to give a lot of credit to both defenses. An excellent game plan by not only the head coaches, but their entire staff, because they have scouted the other teams and they have coached them up and played up the plans almost to perfection, because you see the field goal percentage on the screen, 28 and 27% respectively in the state championship game.
Yeah, no, I mean, to your point of thinking the lid was going to come off, it's been so sporadic on shooting for both these teams. I mean, both these teams have attempted 123 shots and combined have only made 34.
Yeah, it's not great. This is not going to go on the highlight reel of how to shoot the basketball. But at the end of the day, all that's going to matter is when we finally get the zeros and it's not a tie up there, who wins it. And it's going to come down to who can get that one last defensive stop, as Northside's got a lead with 90 seconds left.
So Ariana Saita with the basketball. Kicks it over to Beck. Just working at the top of the key. Bridges has got it. She'll go up with the left hand. Not even close.
A little wild there for Bridges. Great job defensively. And Northside going to send, I believe it's Brashears, to the foul line. She's going to be in the 1-on-1. Didn't have to foul there if you're Fayetteville, and I thought that one was forced just a bit by the Fayetteville senior point guard.
Brashears, as she walked to the line, she was holding the back of her neck.
And Northside's wearing thin. Relaford, a little gimpy, walking down to the foul line to rebound as well.
Shots in the air and good.
Just stepped up there and knocked it down with confidence, RJ. That's what you want to see. And Brashears has struggled from the field, 6 of 20, but knocks down her first free throw. Is this still morning, or are we creeping to afternoon?
It's almost lunchtime. Second shot is good. No, it's in and out. My apologies.
Still a one-possession game. That missed free throw big.
Here's a 3-point game in double overtime. Beck gonna put it up off the glass. It's good.
A little too easy there if you're Northside. Beck able to get to the bucket for the first time in quite a while. Again, makes it a one-point game, and Northside turned it over.
Yeah, Brashear's bringing it up. Not normally the person that brings it in the front court, and she carried the basketball.
Got a 17-second differential in game clock and shot clock.
So Bridges has got the basketball. 30 on the shot clock. Going to take it right side, 1-point game. Lauren Lindsay, top of the key. Back to Beck.
In to shoot.
Winner Beck, right side. Back over to Lyles. Lyles with the right hand, no good, but she's fouled.
That's a tough call there. Lyles kind of out of control, threw one up. They said there's just enough contact. And that's going to be on Cassidy Ward, which is going to be her 5th personal foul. So now Northside's had 2 starters foul out of this contest.
Now it looks like checking in the ball game for Northside is going to be Kaylin Massey.
Fayetteville hasn't led since it was 37-36 mid-4th quarter.
Free throw by Lyles ties the ball game. And that gives them the lead. Fayetteville 51, Northside 50. Shot clock's turned off with 20 seconds to play.
Northside going to let it play out.
Here's Relaford in the lane with the right hand. It's good. We've got a whistle. No, they're going to call a timeout Fayetteville with 9.6 seconds to play. Here in the ball game, Northside 52, Fayetteville 51.
You almost ask yourself, RJ, where's that been the entire game? Relaford run off the dribble, easy to the paint, and gets a wide open layup, and Fayetteville quickly takes a timeout. There's 9.6 on the clock. We'll see if they add any more to it. This splits the double team, nice little hop step, and gets the easy bucket. Now Relaford has a game-high 20 points for Northside.
I'll be interested to see if they go back and add some time to the clock, because on that last replay we just saw, there was about 10 seconds on the clock. I know they were over there looking at it. They've got 9.6.
Yeah, there is. Got to remember, the only thing that is reviewable here in the state championship game is a buzzer beater.
Yeah,
and that's the only thing. So they can't go back and look at the monitor to see how much time is left. So the officials got together. They look like they're going to stick at 9.6. They've got to go the full length of the floor, so look for Northside to maybe extend a little pressure so they can at least roll the basketball up, force Fayetteville to bring it up. And now, of course, winner Brett Beck, who got the game winner going towards the basket against Conway. You look for something very similar here out of Fayetteville.
And it looks like Ricky Smith's going to call another timeout. Talk this one over.
Yeah, they're going to see how Fayetteville designed that play. I guess this is where the disadvantage for Fayetteville would be their last-minute game-winning attempt.
Yeah.
They've already seen that.
Yeah, you've already seen it once, and so now, I mean, you got to think, if you're Ricky Smith, you got to come up with your best defensive play at this point, because it's at this point, you're either going to win or lose the ball game. I guess you could go to the free throw line and shoot one and tie it, but chances are it's win or lose. And if you're Vic Rimmer, he's got his girls together. If you're Vic Rimmer, it seems to me, Bobby, that you try to get in the hands of either Lyles or Beck at this point, right?
Yeah, I think you've got to go to Beck. She's your most effective player off the dribble. She's been so successful all season long. Just 6 of 17 shooting here today, but going towards the basket where she's at her strongest. That's her strong suit for the Fayetteville guard. Just a sophomore, of course, a lot of people are going to recognize the name, the daughter of Arkansas legend and national champion Corey Beck. We'll see if Fayetteville and Vic Rimmer have got one more play designed to get themselves a state championship.
.6. Inbound comes to Beck. Into the front court. Down to 5 seconds. Lost the handle on it. Saita's right there. Gonna go down low with it. It's over. Northside, they win the 2021 6A Girls State title.
You mentioned it, RJ. You've got to have your best defensive possession of the game, and they did so. Nothing that Fayetteville did right there was comfortable. Northside stayed in their face the entire possession, and the Lady Bears able to steal one at the end. They were ranked the #1 team in the state for most of the season, and they're going to finish the state as the #1 team in Arkansas.
It didn't come easy, as it took double overtime to claim the state championship. And for Ricky Smith, now 8 state titles with Northside. What an impressive resume for Ricky Smith.
Yeah, you're in rarefied air. You're talking 8 state championships. Clay Reeves, who's now at Greenwood, has 8 titles. I know those two guys are good friends, but man, the way that Northside was able to battle back, shot only 28% in this game, but still found a way to get it done as the Lady Bears are celebrating in front of their student section.
You got to give it up for Fayetteville, though. This was a team, Bobby, that to start the season, they were ranked preseason #5. They battled, and got to this point to where they took on the best and took them to double overtime in the state championship game.
Yeah, Fayetteville played their hearts out. A lot of people didn't think they were going to get past Conway, and they took down the Lady Cats in the semifinals, and they had every chance to win this basketball game. They led by as much as 8 in the fourth quarter, but they just couldn't seal the deal, and a lot of times it was points in the paint and second chance opportunities that prevented Fayetteville from taking home the trophy that says champions.
So Northside, as they celebrate with their fans, about to be crowned the Class 6A Girls State Champion.
I think what the most impressive thing for Northside, everybody talked about how great Jersey Wolfenbarger is. Today they had to win it without her. She didn't have her best game, fouled out, but the other players, the ones who didn't get talked about all season long, especially Yanni Relaford, found a way to get it done. And state title #8 going to go up in the rafters at the Gail Condor Arena there in Fort Smith.
You look at, for Northside, Yanni Relaford had 20 points. Tracy Bashirs had 16. Jersey Wolfenbarger had 7. Cassidy War had 7. But I almost wish you could do co-MVPs for a game, because that was a really good performance by Relaford and Bashirs.
Yeah, it was a dominant effort, and you've got to tip the cap the way that Relaford played. She hit the eventual game winner. You'll split the double team, got into the paint, and awesome performance as Tracy Bashirs named the game's most valuable player.
She had an outstanding state tournament as well as a finals performance. And your finals MVP, Tracy Bashirs, for Northside, as I said just a moment ago, finished with 16 points and 13 rebounds in today's contest. Well, it took double overtime in game 1. Can't wait to find out what the rest of the day is going to hold. We owe you a break. When we come back, we'll give you some final wrap-ups of this 6A girls title game. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
What hours of Arkansas PBS inspire you? Do you explore with nature, dip deeper with Frontline, or cook with Patty's Mexican Table? Help Arkansas PBS meet our challenge of adding 3,000 new members by June 30th to continue bringing the series you love. Each new member we gain by June 30th gets us closer to an additional donation from the generous members of our Ambassador Circle. Just one new member an hour will get us there. Is this your hour? Join now at myarkansaspbs.org/donate.
Now, more than ever, community is important. Local schools, businesses, and charities are in need of support. Each one of us can make a difference. When you volunteer, give, shop locally, or simply participate, you help support and grow your community. It makes us all stronger when we all are involved. I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. We're proud to be a part of this wonderful community and want to encourage each of you to be involved in yours.
Your 6A title winner, it's the Northside Lady Bears, as they won a fun one today, Bobby. Final score 52-51. Your takeaway from today's game?
Gutsy. I mean, that's really all you can say about the way both Fayetteville and Northside played. neither one of them played well offensively. And that's the understatement of all understatements. 29% for Fayetteville, 28% for Northside. But they found ways to get to the bucket. They found ways to create points for themselves, and the points in the paint was what was the difference as we saw Relaford attack the bucket and get the final shot to fall. But, man, you got to feel for Fayetteville, and you feel great for Northside. But, man, that is what basketball in March is all about. And if that's a precursor of what we're going to see for the next 3 days, we're in for a treat.
Final stats in the ball game, field goal percentage. It's 29% for Fayetteville. Portsmouth Northside 28% from the three-point line. 5 of 24 for the Lady Bears. For Fayetteville, 7 of 26 at the free throw line. 11 of 15 for Northside. Fayetteville 8 of 10. Look at that. Really no bench points for either team.
Yeah, the depth really wasn't there for either team all season long. We saw that a lot last week in the 6A state tournament. You know, teams were kind of afraid to go into the bench. Conway didn't do it. Fayetteville didn't do it. Obviously, Northside didn't dip into the bench too often. But when you've got starting fives as good as those two teams, well, you can get the job done. And one more tip of the cap to Ricky Smith and his Lady Bears.
Well, we've got an interesting group of games throughout the rest of the day. Coming up at 1 o'clock, it's the 6A Boys State title game, and you can watch all those games right here on Arkansas PBS Sports. But as Bobby and I have talked about many times, today's game, this first game, it set a high bar for the rest of the weekend of state championship basketball.
Yeah, it really did. And the next one, the 6A boys, North Little Rock Central. Again, you could argue maybe the two best teams at the largest classification. Going to duke it out for the third time this year.
A lot of fun, and we hope that you join us right here on Arkansas PBS Sports. For Bobby Swafford, I'm RJ Hawk. Until 1 o'clock, when it's Central versus North Little Rock, you're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.